So Xdefiant has just released its 0.3 update patch notes, and it's broken down into 8 sections. And first of all, we have gameplay. And bunny hoppers, prepare yourself, because it seems like the tactical jump is gonna be nerfed. And if we jump over into the shooting range here, we can take a quick look to see actually if it's gonna impact you at all. And I would argue it would affect some people, but not everyone. So it looks like you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then after that, it looks like you're jumping on basically on the spot. Now, one of the things it don't really say is if you're a crouch spammer, which means if you shoot and crouch like this, what you'll notice, I'm not moving this at all, right? I'm not moving this at all. Your aim will start automatically drifting all over the place. So you can no longer crouch spam. That's basically unviable, and I personally think that it feels like it's a little bit overdone. Obviously, it's meant to be a deterrent and absolutely nerf this behavior from the people playing it and abusing this mechanic. And I guess this will definitely work. And this also is true about the bunny hopping too. So if you're shooting and you bunny hop, you can see your aim starts going all over the place. So your first 3 or 4 jumps, it doesn't look like it's affected too much. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's after that that it's basically unusable. So they have nerfed this into the ground. And I think a lot of movement players will be angry about this. So if you're kind of like me and you sort of jump round the corner and shoot like this, you're going to absolutely have no problem at all. Now, it does say on the patch notes that opinions of this do vary, so let me know in the comments down below what you think of this update. Is it good or is it bad? Now, one of the other gameplay updates was players can now push the package in escort mode with the confidence that their legs won't detach from their torso and strand them, which was a thing that was happening. I personally didn't experience this, but it seems like they've fixed this problem that you may have experienced. Now, the next category is weapons, and I think we all know where the frustration lies, and it looks like they've addressed some of the issues in this update. So, they've done various fine-tuning for long-distance shooting, including slightly reduced walking speed when holding your breath while wielding scoped weapons. Which kind of makes sense when you think about it. I think a lot of the snipers didn't get really penalized for this specific thing. And I'm personally not a sniper, so I've not got footage of me trying this new update because I sucked before and I'm definitely going to suck even more with a sniper after. Now, the second way they've updated snipers is they've revamped how snipers flinch when they're tagged by enemy fire, increasing the flinch and keeping it going through multiple hits. So I'm assuming that if you get hit once, your aim's going to go up, and if you continue to get hit, your aim might go up 2, 3, 4 times depending on how many times you get hit. Now, this is nothing too new. A lot of other FPS games or third-person shooter games that do have snipers, you do get flinch. So whether it will affect their gameplay, I don't know. Maybe it won't. The flinch solely won't affect their gameplay, but maybe flinch with the fact that you are now gonna have slower walking speeds. Maybe that will affect it a little bit. We'll have to see how this one plays out. Now, the next one is social, and they've fixed a bunch of issues. I'll quickly run through these. But the next one's netcode, so you want to definitely hear what they've done to their netcode, because I think a few complaints has been specifically around that. But the social elements, they fix an Xbox specific issue where the Xbox button broke in game social menu after inviting a player from said console. So it seems like that's fixed. They've also fixed an issue that allowed blocked players to read your chat messages. Whoa, I bet some blocked players had some wild times doing that, but that didn't affect me either. Tweak the way ping is calculated in matchmaking so you'll have access to a wider group of players who share your ping characteristics. I guess that's good for matchmaking, but I've never really had a problem with matchmaking or finding a match yet, personally. Another one, we're nearly at the end. Players were unable to join a nearly full game in progress despite being invited by someone already in the game, but good news that they now can, so that's good. And lastly, they fixed an issue where players could join a game in progress that didn't fit their meticulously customized controller and matchmaking settings. I have no idea what that means, but what do you mean by that? Now, netcode. So Libertad's medical skills were so potent they were soaking up bandwidth. And apparently that's been fixed. So, and we've always got Libertads in games, and we've always got Libertads popping out. So maybe, hopefully, we'll see some improved netcode with this tweak that they've made. But it's good they was able to identify some potential issues there, and yeah, hopefully it improves our games. Now the next one is factions, and they've added additional fixes so that echelon players turn invisible only when using the digital ghillie suit rather than for the entire lives. I mean, that is actually wild. Like, imagine playing a game and you're just like literally invisible the whole game. This is a bug that if it happened to you, you'd be absolutely buzzing about, because you'd be like invisible forever. But it looks like the fun's over, guys. I know you're meant to be sneaky, but come on, that's taking the... Now, we did get a mention about devices, and specifically camera shake. So what they've said is the camera used to shake when nearby explosive exploded, whether the explosion caused player damage or not. But now the camera shakes only when exploding explosive damage causes damage. So it's just a little quality of life thing, I think. But I guess it makes more sense. So if your screen shakes, you know a nearby explosive has caused damage. Now this is a big one. On the maps, they've tweaked the orientation of flags on the Liberty map. Yeah. Now, they've also done a few miscellaneous things. So they fixed a few crash fixes, or various crash fixes. They've reduced the pop-up frequency of the banned for toxicity notification, because you know who you are. They fixed an issue preventing players from deploying abilities and devices after the changing control input. So it seems like some people have been abusing some mechanics, you know. The buzzkill achievement wasn't unlocking, but now it unlocks according to plan. And previously, cosmetic items were displayed as available in some places, but not in a place where you could actually get them. So that's now fixed. So overall, it seems like the big gameplay changes really are around the bunny hopping specifically, which I don't think is too much of a problem. I have seen some people on Twitter though saying like, moaning, if I'm being honest. They're sort of saying like, why decrease the skill ceiling? Like, if you're good at doing those things, there's a massive skill gap. I'm a little bit impartial. I'm sort of sitting on the fence. I do bunny hop, but not like 50 times in a row, which could make it really hard for players to shoot. I think 4 is not going to change everything too much, but it is going to nerf the people that are crazy bunny hoppers. So, I don't know. I can see why opinions will vary on this thing. And snipers, it'll be interesting to see how it actually plays out. I'm going to run a few games later. I do kill, where I do play ranked, there's always like a occupy, escort, where people hold long angles with snipers. So it'll be interesting to see if I get killed more or if I get killed less by snipers when I play later. So I'll touch back and feedback maybe after a couple of days, so you'll know. Now, one of the things that they haven't mentioned in there is the massive spider bot nerf that's coming, because I know that's another thing that probably frustrates you. So make sure you check this video out here, and don't forget to subscribe on your way out for everything Xdefiant, including meta loadouts, news, updates, and of course we might get to show you a few things in the future a little bit earlier than we're meant to. So stay tuned for that. But until then, peace!